The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
And they'll run it here. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. If you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Hey, you got three down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney. Over.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney!
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Touchdown! Devin Funches, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a handoff looking right. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And they'll go on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Now let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. And a gain there of 11 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Gun!
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Looking for Baldwin. Intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And on the ground they go with a running back. There he goes inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
56. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll set up to throw. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. And Green with a catch left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Jordan Reed has it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Again, this is Kamara. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Running with Kamara. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Jackson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. Got some room at the 30. Green with a catch left side. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about Winter.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And the return will stop right around the 25. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Watch you now, Barney!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far,
and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Incomplete. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there,
And now here's another interception. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
He sets to fire deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Tavon Young. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Gun!
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throw left side complete. It's Green. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Wide open receiver complete. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Jackson now looking to throw on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Gun!
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They go play action with Jackson. Going up top. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right through. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's third down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now Jackson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive.
And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now back out comes the offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Down to about the 22 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That is caught at the 7. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Over! Let's go, Mike, 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's got it up and through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Detroit!
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. It's caught inside the 25. And they rattle off a big one. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmakers. And they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left. Gun!
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 14. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. 51, Mike 51. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 3 down. All right, here we go. Blue landing.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Check me out.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Set. Green.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Quick hitter here is complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
And they'll go on the ground. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, remember, they could get the first down without getting the touchdown. And he's able to fight all the way down to the 2-yard line. So it's a big conversion there on 4th down. And now they'll get 4 more shots from there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there, taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is right through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up!
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And my
Because it does the same pick over and over to the fucking computer.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it,
And your computer keep catching picks with respect.
So they throw the
pick
CPU
didn't caught a pick every time with your
as this one's in the air.
Nigga, I'm throwing. We got the same jersey on, bro. I got 65-inch TV while I messaged you at shit. Nigga, I messaged you at the beginning.
And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough.
Nigga, you're not going to win them hoes letting me drive down the field on you. I know you're going to lose. That's the point. You don't understand.
Reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary.
Nigga, I'm smoking a blunt while I'm playing. And wearing some shit up. So it don't even matter. And weighing shit up. Driving every field. You're not getting no user picks, nigga. Computer catching them hoes just because of bad passes. It's bad passes. No,
Now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions, the confident veneer that you have. Gets chipped away a little bit.
I got more
maybe
yards.
A little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Gun!
Jackson.
Oh, this nigga threw that hoe up there. Now you got that one. That's a bad pass. I'm trying to figure out why you throwing this hoe low. The nigga is up the field. The nigga is way up the field, open. But the only games I play to this game is the season games. But I don't play this shit. I'm just in the league because my partner in this. I don't even play with no other teams or get to practice, do none of that shit. This nigga Lamar Jackson is sorry. Like, period. This nigga can't throw for shit. Like, I know at least one of them plays I had you beat. This nigga did not throw the ball over you. He threw the ball to your fucking defender.
after that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? If it was Tom Brady, white ass, he would have threw that whole deep.
To get himself back on track, because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off, or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. And this offense on third down today, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
That nigga playing the computer. Like, my cousin was just sitting there picking plays. He know that shit too, because I messaged him and told him I was leaving before that shit happened.
And they'll go ground game.
That's why I said he a fucking nerd for all that cap shit.
All the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
And he didn't play him. That's what I'm saying. He didn't play him. Like, if you go watch the game, I think, I don't think old boy's capture shit. Yeah, he played the computer the whole game, bro. Like, all he did was, no, my boy picked a play. He just picked a play. Like, he just X pick a play, and he was, you know, doing his own thing.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Because I wasn't at the house.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
He was beating me, though. That was like, you know, he was up like 28-0, and I just, like, you know, I just left after that because you can't quit. So it's I'm not going to sit there and keep playing.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in.
But even like this game, I really just be beating myself. So I don't even be.
So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership.
No, he had the Steelers at first. They kicked him off the Steelers because of something like he was negative. What's that shit called? Like the salary cap.
Out is the kickoff unit as they
and they made him pick a different team. I think he like 7-2 right now.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
But I already know none of y'all take this serious. Y'all letting the same nigga win this every year.
Sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the
this
coach
my
is
second
walking
season.
that line of being
this
calm
game with you probably like my 12th game playing this. Well, I say about 15.
Tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch.
That nigga.
He said, but you've got
that nigga do look good. I watched their Super Bowl last year. That nigga be switching to like every, you know how to switch to the receivers, do all that shit. That's a pick. See, I be knowing it's a pick when I throw that hoe. I just.
Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker.
No, like here, what's that shit called? Not receiver, that nigga switched to the running back and just run it like he had Todd Gurley and coming out the backfield quick as fuck, bro. Like he'll have Todd Gurley coming out the backfield quick. Like as soon as that nigga touched that hoe, he gone.
Beating him to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead.
Hey, the green medical up in D.C., huh?
Shot on offense following that pick 6.
I say the green medical up there, huh? Yeah. The weed. Weed?
And here now the offense heading back out there. And fresh off the pick 6.
Nigga, I said the weed medical, like y'all got, like y'all could smoke up there. Well, I mean,
the guy throwing the ball,
like y'all could smoke.
He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long
Anybody
touchdown.
Or you got to have a card.
Short-term memory. Right back out there doing the things that he does
so
best.
Do y'all got a bunch of shots or niggas still just be getting it out the street?
Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one.
Your line must be weak because I know my niggas
once again,
weak as fuck.
as he throws, fortunate
But
that
this
one
the
wound
most
up
time I
incomplete.
had in the pocket. You'd be surprised, man. These niggas all rated. That's another thing. When I got on my team, like, somebody had this team before me and traded, like, like my whole line, the highest rated nigga, like a 72.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Shane Ray in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I forgot this
Here's
nigga.
Jackson on 3rd and long. Buying time to his left. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
That nigga.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off. Right? It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there. 59 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out,
that he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And this offense continues to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now back out comes the offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Here's Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now he's going to throw it back deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
3 down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Check 9.
They'll give it to him up the middle. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
51's the mic, boys.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And I don't think he got in. He didn't. He's stoned at the 1-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Tight end right. Gun!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Baldwin with it over the middle. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Baldwin. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Jackson now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action with Jackson. And caught right side, Green. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Over! Watch the slant!
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And a huge play that time. 69 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90! You don't want this. Gun!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he comes back with one complete. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Gun!
They'll look to throw again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.